Greetings! I've returned for episode 3 of this series, and where I last left off, I was very eager to find a cow so that I could get some books made. And it occurred to me offline that I could just simply take books from this village, which was my initial idea when I saw them. And I failed to carry through on that idea. So I'm going to go do that really quick. And then all I need to do is get a squid so I can have some ink. And I will need a chicken feather, which I think I might already have. Not on me. Those are sheep over there. But I think I can get a chicken feather relatively quick. And then I will have the book that I can use to really start doing what I want to do in this map. And then the second thing that I'm going to need to do, so I kind of hate to do this, but we'll pull one from this end first, actually. There we go. I've got books. Okay, I need a chicken feather next. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my whole operation away from the village because Felonius and a couple other people on the comments of episode 1 wisely suggested doing that because the village can basically be a zombie magnet. And I don't want to have to deal with the zombie magnet. I've actually never had to deal with that in survival mode, which is why I didn't really think of it myself. But I don't want to deal with it, so I'm going to move my base of operations for now. Interestingly enough, there are a couple map makers who are now doing this same challenge, informal challenge, alongside me. They're using the same seed, and they are documenting their approach in vanilla. And one of them is vlogging it every now and again. That's Felonius. And another map maker, I'm not sure if they want me to say their names or not. I think that they would be fine with it, but I'm not going to say them yet unless I know for sure. Has been sending me daily diaries of what they've been doing. And I'm trying to read them, but not too closely. I don't want to get too spoiled on what they're saying, but I am definitely interested in what they're finding. I'm not looking at coordinates because I'm not going to hit F3 anyway. At least not yet in this map. And but it's really cool. Like, a lot of people have gotten excited about this series, and that really made me happy, both from a perspective of people who are... Oh shoot, there's no sheep on this side of... Are there? Okay. Oh, you know what I could do? I can grab some wool from here. Do I have wood? I don't have wood. I need to make a bed, though, because it looks like the sun's going down. Yeah, so there's other people that are doing this, and I would say the more the merrier. Let's all try it. If you try it and you don't quite succeed, don't worry about it. If you give up, whatever, let me know. That is fine. Cows. Now I find cows. We'll take you for your meat, and we'll leave a couple of them up here. I don't really want to chop these pretty trees, but I guess I will. Let's focus here. We need a bed because we're gonna have to potentially travel a little bit till we find a chicken. And then once we find that chicken, we'll have feathers, and then we'll have everything we need for the book and quill, which then I will feel like I've officially started the adventure map creation as opposed to just playing the game. Just taking kind of a look out across the horizon at the moment. See if there's anything in the distance that catches my eyes. I really like this. I really like this plains right through here. And I said I was going to go back to the temple to grab some wool. I think it is actually what I will do. Instead of going all the way back to the sheep. At some point, I'm thinking I'm going to dig all this out around it and really make it surrounded by a pool of water. I don't want to take the orange wool up here just yet. I'm fine to take this wool, though. just need 3 pieces. And so this one shouldn't fall. Yep, good. That's fine. Crafting bench. Let's do that. Let's just make it now before we get to the point of night and have issues. I think I might need to turn up my volume on. You know what? While we're doing this, let's just get a little bit smarter here. I was avoiding doing this kind of stuff, but there's no sense in waiting at this point. 2 string. I don't have enough for a bow. I do want to take this back for now. Let's put this stuff up here. Do I need the sign? I don't quite need the signs yet. I will. I don't think I need to label this temple. I kind of know that it's a temple. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to cover while I look for a chicken. One of those things is that this series, as you hopefully have noticed by now, does not have a what you might call a proper title. It's just called series. Part of that is intentional. Part of it was somewhat me amusing myself, but part of it is when I decide what sort of map I'm going to be creating, that will potentially influence the name of this series, and then I will adapt. Well, it looks like there's a ravine down there. I will adapt the name to match that decision. Oh, you know what? I didn't even build the bed that I intended to do. I should call this series Distraction, but that's a little too obvious for my tastes. I don't have any more wood. Let's just do that. Okay, so right now the official title is series, and I'll just be incrementally numbering the episodes 1 through whatever until such time as I decide exactly what I want to call it, or if I decide, maybe it'll just be series forever. All right, which way are the clouds going? All right, so I need to follow the clouds back to my home if I encounter night. I'm looking for a chicken. Chickens may not spawn in this biome. I don't remember the name of this biome off the top of my head, but that may be the case. Let's just go ahead and take that. Okay, so the other thing you may notice is I have not mixed in any music to this series. That was my phone that just startled me. My plan is, at some point, perhaps, I will make some sort of note block song in the map itself and in the map, in this world, I should say it that way, and or as part of the adventure map that I'm creating. And that will become the accompanying music for the series. So we may be musicless for quite a long time. I don't know yet. I might find a bunch of redstone and other things to make note blocks, and then we'll have a proper series song in short order. But that's going to be part of my experiment. I don't know why I'm getting a little bit of lag there. Should I just use this? I think I can one-shot him with that. Yeah, let's not use up my stone sword yet. Not that I can't make a ton more. Actually, I am going to kill these cows for their leather after all. Leather armor. I might as well gear myself up to protect myself from the ravages of ravaging creatures. It's not quite nighttime, but it will be soon. What a pretty sunset. Cow up in a tree. And I think, did I just hear a spider? There we go. Okay, so I covered the name of the series. I covered the theme song. Scheduling. So right now, I don't know for sure how often I will be able to come out with episodes. So I think right now I'm probably going to try, well, I'm going to guarantee myself, my goal for myself is 1 a week for sure. That may be coming out on Fridays. I'm going to set a stretch goal to put out 2 a week. Or I'm going to say ideally I'd like to put out 2 a week. Maybe Friday and Tuesday or something like that. Spread them out a little bit. And then my stretch goal will be 3 a week. I think if I get to the point where I'm doing one a day, that probably means I'm doing a lot of menial tasks and not much is happening. So I may creatively try to do something in that case to make it interesting. We'll have to see. This is the first time I've really done one of these projects. I did in the past do a survival series called Journeyman. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Basically, that series, the concept was that the character, am I picking up meat? Yeah. The character was a journeyman who would go from town to town and perform. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna want clay, so I'm gonna dally here for a bit, and I'm gonna want a lot of colored clay in this map. So Journeyman was a series, short-lived series. I think I did like 5 episodes. The character would basically go from town to town performing tasks for the villagers, and at the completion of each task, he'd get some sort of payment or reward. And then he would move on to the next village, or maybe his task would be to take something from one village to another, get a reward, and then perhaps he would have to go back to the first village. That was the concept. And the way that I was interacting with the audience in that video was, you were the villagers, so you would leave me a comment saying, or proposing tasks for me as if you were villagers, and you would say like, okay, I need you to gather X amount of this and bring it to this place, and then your reward will be a golden sword, or whatever it was, right? And then I would kind of pick and choose which comment I would want to actually do. So it sort of was like a survival with challenges, but story mixed in. And I still actually really like the concept. That was another series that I just didn't have quite time to work on the way I envisioned it. And the problem that I've realized with Minecraft series is where you travel a lot, is that people want to see you staying to one area and building things, and then adventure, bring materials back, and expand your base. Like, people really, I've noticed across a lot of channels in the last 3 years, and this is my opinion, that people like to watch LPs where you build stuff. They don't like to watch where you just wander around, cave, etc. I'm going to put a torch there. I don't know if I'll come to regret that at any point later. And I just happened to see some coal, so I'll grab it really quick. I don't really want to go down into the caves during the day, or not just yet, anyway. Well, yeah, I don't want to deal with you. Okay, so I'm coming out of here. So Journeyman series was kind of a short-lived survival series. I've learned a lot from that series. I think the clouds are moving this way. I think this leads me back. Hope so. Yeah. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about. So in episode 1, maybe even in episode 2. Okay, they are moving. For a second, I thought the game stopped or something. I talked about the Vanilla Challenge of 2011, which was basically the same concept of what I'm doing now, but it was a challenge to other people. Hey, that's a second village. Hang on a second here. Oh, that's a second village. Okay. Shoot. So basically if I go... Alright, I'm going to have to make some sort of a marker path back to the first village from the second village. Fantastic. Okay, let's eat. Good. Let's start this book. I know I'm all over the place right now. This is kind of par for the course. I think I do this, and I do this. That's it. Okay. Wow, I don't exactly know how I want to start this off, but I'm going to start off, and I want to try something. So spawn, I want to say desert village. Good, I can write on individual pages, and I can go back and add stuff. Perfect. I want to say temple. These are the primary locations that I've discovered so far. The NPC mountain, where I got the pumpkin heads, and now this is the this is going to be the cobble village. for now. I don't want to accidentally sign it. So the cobble village, okay, the cloud, okay, the sun sets in the west. The clouds are moving to the west. So the cobble village is east of east of spawn. Let's just east of desert village. East of temple, actually. East of the temple. Okay. Now, let's see if there's a blacksmith here. That would be nice. Oh, and I also had an idea that I was going to catalog what all the villager trades were in the first town. I think I'm going to leave these guys to be. It's going to be too much work to try and get them all into houses. I'm not seeing a blacksmith's roof, which is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, that is a little bit disappointing. So that's the second village with no blacksmith. Well, that's fine. It is what it is. And I'm not seeing any, like, really... I'm going to leave you in there. I'm going to leave you in there. Okay, so... I see some birch trees off in the distance. Definitely no blacksmith here. It's kind of weird that the village is so spread out to me. Oh! What the heck? Am I completely blind? Is this a blacksmith right here? It is a blacksmith. Okay, excellent. That's a source of lava. That's a source of... I'm going to leave it for now. Horse armor. Okay. I don't need the pressure plate anytime soon. I definitely don't need the seeds. We'll put this on. Take the food. And we'll take the horse armor. It occurs to me that I should make the rest of my armor, because I didn't do that. Okay, let's do that really quick. Okay, put that on, put those on, put these on. That will help. So this one has a blacksmith. So let's say that the cobble town has blacksmith. Okay. Oh, pumpkins. Great. I could definitely use more pumpkins. These are going to be NPCs. Okay, so I was talking about the vanilla challenge of 2011. And what I remembered in between last episode and now is that I've done this before. I've myself have done a survival map making. And specifically what that was on a server called the Lava Fall server, which was run by Crontab and was a bunch of CTMers. Some really great guys that unfortunately have all kind of moved away from Minecraft in one form or other. It was a server where it was just a survival server. And on that server, the first thing I did was create a 6 wool CTM. So I went and found interesting places, made a little parkour challenge, made a little dungeon crawl, using some natural spawners, hid some wool, colored wool, and then I put up a message board where people could and a monument where people could basically go and find the wool and complete the monument. So if you're interested in seeing how that worked out, you can definitely see it on my channel, and then on a couple other channels like Lee Perrins, Crontab, maybe Ani Stuff's participated, I can't remember, R30hedron. A couple others got into it and created some CTM hidden wools, and also got into it in the form of going and finding where I hid the wools. And it didn't always turn out the way I wanted, but it was a fun little experiment. And so I would encourage you to check out that series. It's a little aged at this point, but I think it's pretty much the same quality as many of my videos today. It wasn't that long ago, to be honest with you. Okay, we are headed back. The sun is headed down. So we're going to need to bed up shortly. But I now have a pretty decent amount of sort of above ground gear. Okay, so actually, I'm going to take that back. It was, alright, so if that's west, this would be north, northeast. So, oh, wrong book. It's actually northeast of the temple. Can I, okay, I'm going to have to backspace over this. That's fine. Northeast of temple. Oh, that's fine for now. It's not that far. It has a blacksmith. Okay, we're done. We're going to put our bed down just to avoid the night one more time. Come on, sun. Look at that sunset. That's really pretty. Come on. Any day now. I'd like to sleep. I'd like to sleep in my bed so the mobs don't kill me. Okay. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, okay. So, before I started this series on my own, I actually had an idea similar to this, except I was going to try and do it on a server, and it was going to be a whitelisted invite-only server where I invite other map makers to come play in survival and co-create a custom adventure map in survival mode. I reached out to an initial group of map makers who didn't really think they had time. Everyone was working on projects. Didn't really go anywhere with the concept, but I've always kind of thought that would be cool. And so my sort of devious thinking is that if I have started this series and it turns out to be interesting enough, that they will get excited and some of them will eventually want to join me, and I might open this up to a server. Now, I haven't confirmed that I actually will do that. It's just something I'm thinking about, but I really like the idea because obviously, you know, collaborating and doing things together can really just draw out some cool ideas. So that's something that may occur at some point. All right, we've got the clouds heading west, which means this is north. So the temple is north of the desert village. North of desert village. Just in case I don't remember, and believe me, it will happen. And then I think that means that NPC Mountain was actually west of the desert village. So I'm kind of laying out in my mind, I'm going to start laying out the relative nearness of these places. I'm not sure that they're going to be in the final map, in the adventure portion of the map, but chances are pretty good that they may be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the mountain. I don't know if I'm going to use the temple. One of the things when I review maps that I look for is that map makers take the Minecraft terrain and then incorporate their vision into it. But I generally like to avoid using randomly generated villages. Just because I think it can be used as a cop-out. I actually don't mind if you use them once in a while or in select situations, but as a general rule, if the only villages and structures in your map are the ones the game already creates, then as a map maker you didn't really do anything to further the art, in my opinion. So that's just my view on that topic. That doesn't necessarily mean using what you have is wrong for map makers. In fact, you know, starting out, I think that is a really good way to actually just get things, basically to just get things started and learn the craft, I guess. Can I duplicate books? I actually don't know the answer to that question. Maybe if I put some paper with a book, will it duplicate a book? I don't know if that will work. I think on the Pocket Edition that is a book. I don't really know why I know that. I guess I don't know if I can duplicate books. I may have to look that up offline because I feel like I might need a backup book just in case. Alright, I haven't discovered enough to make a backup book yet. Let's put this stuff in here. Let's keep my book on my hotbar for now. I don't need the paper. I don't need a single solitary mushroom. Do I have any other string? I don't. So it would actually be to my benefit to try to find... I got plenty of food, though. Plenty of food cooking now, though. It's pretty easy to get food when you have a lot of mobs. I just want to cook up these potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. Alright. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to catalog the trades. So maybe what I'm going to do is I will start a second book. No. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead. Oh, I forgot. I forgot I blocked myself in. Do I have signs? Oh, I was going to catalog them in the book for prosperity, but I may actually catalog them on signs. Alright, so no villagers in here. Yep. We have one villager, two villagers in here. Alright, so let's see if I can get close enough to trade with them. I may have to break the window. Do I want to break the window? Not really. Not really, but I did it anyway. And panes of glass don't drop. Okay, so he's got 21 wool for 1 emerald. 21 wool for 1 emerald. And the other dude has what? I'd like to click on your friend, if you don't mind. We're going to make a window here. Oh, 19 wheat for 1 emerald. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Wool and wheat for emeralds. Wool to, let's go, wool to emerald, wheat to emerald. Emerald. I guess I can't. I guess I can't fit the whole word. Okay, so there's one. How many villagers do we have in here? Is it just 2? We have emeralds for arrows, and we have cooked fish for emeralds. So we have cooked fish to emerald, and we have emerald to arrow. And I may want to redo this method later.